It was you whining about the mics, and I was like,
I'm sure we can get that another episode.
All right, guys. This is episode 13.
Take
again.
2.
We just did the entire video. That was an hour and 20 minutes.
Wait, what am I doing?
Before realizing that Aaron stopped pressing play. And
Blame it on me.
No, I was going to say Aaron stopped pressing
For
play
real, I'm just talking
to adjust
too
the
fast.
brightness. And I didn't see him do that. So when I went to adjust the brightness, I sat back down. Turns out he turned it off. And I didn't turn it back on.
So who fucked up?
Leave down below in the comments, everyone.
So we're gonna run it again.
Yeah, there's a lot. Let's recap the best moments.
All right, recap the best moments.
He threw his vinyl. He was trying to prove me wrong by saying that there was no other people featured in the album. And I'm like, and he's like, let me prove it. Let me grab the vinyl. And the vinyl doesn't actually say anything about that. So then he just chucked it like that.
I don't listen to it.
We had many arguments about a specific song that I have very strong opinions on. And it still blows my mind that he thinks the way that he does about that song. But here we are.
Take 2. All right, another hour.
Wait.
Black Keys, Black Brothers. I mean, Brothers, Black Keys.
And I remember I started the video with a funny joke that was like, we
missed it. This episode's gonna suck.
No, it's gonna be good because it's gonna be super casual and goofy, and nobody's gonna care. I'm still gonna make fun of Ohioans.
Okay, that's fine. We can recap the highlights of last.
All right, guys.
So let me start by Black Keys is comprised. Black Lips are sick too. Black Keys is comprised of Dan Auerbach and Patrick Carney, right? Patrick Carney, I think he's a good drummer, but Dan Auerbach is like the creative force of the band. He does vocals, keyboards, bass, guitar. Production was done by Danger Mouse.
Don't forget to mention that they're from Ohio.
They're from Ohio, Akron, Ohio.
And out of reverence for all the people who live in Ohio, we're gonna take another moment of silence. So we're sorry to you people. Let's keep going.
So yeah, it was produced by Danger Mouse, obviously, who's worked with MF Doom, Parquet Courts, The Gorillaz. Chad Blake also produced it, and he worked with Pearl Jam, U2, Tom Waits, Arctic Monkeys. He won 2 Grammys for this album. Brian Lucy did mastering, and Mark Neal did engineering. Who knows who they are? I don't. They probably don't even have a Facebook. Reviews range from yellow to orange.
3.5 stars to 5, right?
Pretty much 3.5 to 4.5, maybe. Regarded as blues rock, garage rock, but you say it is.
I say it's infused with pop rock because garage rock is such a.
And he's wrong.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Garage rock is such a brash and like raw genre. True. This is not that. This is definitely marketed to be successful. One of the guys that worked on this album, you said worked with U2 and Pearl Jam, right? And
Chad Blake.
Yeah, and those bands, like U2, every song that U2 makes is going to be on the Billboard. It's like the band of Billboard songs. Like every single, sorry. So, like, this is not underground or like particularly.
Well, it was until this album. This album was their commercial breakthrough.
This album is not. This album is very clearly ready to be successful.
Right.
So it is garage and blues rock with a infusion of pop.
With an injection of pop.
An injection of the heroin beautiful pop.
We gotta love heroin. Recorded in 2009, but released on May 18th of 2010 by None Such Records, and it is their 6th album. So they did 5 albums before they commercially had a breakthrough. So tension had grown between Auerbach and Carney. They started solo projects in secret. Well, Auerbach did, and Carney was pissed. Their communication lessened, and Auerbach had a deep antipathy for Carney's wife. He hated her.
Yes, and we made fun of her because she was ugly.
Pull her up again.
You made fun of her because she was ugly. I didn't. She looks like a teacher.
Yeah, so I don't care if she looks like a teacher. I don't care if she looks like a bus driver. She looks dumb. I can't believe Patrick Carney really was simping over this girl.
Like he was the hottest dude in the world.
I think he's kind of hot until he gained a little bit of weight and became alcoholic. But hey, that happens to everyone, so can't blame him. Tension had grown between them. And Auerbach hated his wife. She had slept with a lot of Patrick Carney's friends. She was using him for money. She lied to him for several years. He became depressed, got addicted to alcohol, gained a bunch of weight. This album brought him back a little, helped him feel a little better about himself. The members ended up meeting and discussing about how important the band was to them, how important they were to each other, how important music was to them. So they're like, let's go record an album. Let's go way out into the middle of nowhere, buttfuck Alabama,
and we really mean like middle of nowhere. We looked at the population of this city, and it's like 1,000 something
with two islanders.
Like about 8,000, with 2 of them being Pacific Islanders. So and you said that they had so little to do that they'd eat Cracker Barrel every day for breakfast and go to Walmart for fun.
They would get drunk and go to Walmart. They would sit in their hotel room and watch YouTube of like music or whatever, and then they'd be like, I'm bored, let's go to Walmart.
Imagine,
like they have nothing to do.
Imagine moving from like Hawaii to a city where you go to Walmart for fun. In Hawaii, you go to the beaches for fun.
That's worse than Walmart. Walmart, at least you can see like interesting people doing crazy shit.
Okay,
bro, if you set up a camera at Walmart, you could probably get like a whole documentary of like, these are the craziest people on the planet.
Yeah, you really want a store full of just DOMs.
It would make for a good documentary.
Yeah,
it would make for a good ass documentary.
People at Walmart are a fascinating breed. But yeah, 9,000 people in this godforsaken, empty, soulless.
But they recorded there. They liked it. There was a weird acoustics to the room. I mean, other than the fact they got bored and left after 10 days, but they recorded 2/3 of the album there.
10 days?
Well, 2/3 of it was done in 10 days.
That's pretty crazy.
They basically were like, all right, we need to isolate ourselves and just focus on music, and they did for 10 days, and they did 2/3 of this album. So they really got into like what the producer calls a transcendent mode, where they basically are playing stuff and then they listen back and they're just baffled. That doesn't sound like us, and it sounds great. It sounds crazy. So they were super stoked on the sound of the album. The equipment when they arrived was outdated, so they had to bring all their own equipment. But basically it was just a room with air conditioning and a bathroom.
Nice.
So
did you bring up the part about them being like divorcees?
Yeah, they had gone through a few wives at this time. They went through hella wives.
It's such a funny story. Like, we're like middle-aged men who are like through our 5th divorce. Let's just make a band and rock out. And then I made sure to tell Aaron, we made a vow that when I inevitably get divorced because my wife leaves me, we'll start a band.
I need to go through at least 2 wives before I'm down for that. But that won't be hard. I'm gonna get it down. Give me the next 3 years. I'll have it down.
All right.
I'll be married twice and divorced once. I'll be married twice and divorced 3 times.
No, married twice and widowed once.
Ooh, I could kill her. They followed a pretty strict schedule. Get up at 10 a.m. every day from the hotel room, hungover, go get some Cracker Barrel, hit the studio. Or be at the studio by 10 a.m. actually, so they got up pretty early. But the first song they recorded was track 2, and it really improved the mental stability of the drummer. The album cover. Interesting album cover. The artwork was done by Patrick Carney's brother, and it's super just it just literates everything that the project is. This is an album by the Black Keys. This is like this poster over here. This is a song. This is a poster by the Black Keys. The album is called Brothers, just all on the artwork. And the CD, that's something worth mentioning.
Yes,
The CD was
it's really cool.
it was basically pitch black on the design of the CD, but the label for the album was heat sensitive, so when the CD was being played and absorbing heat, the label ended up showing. And actually, I have a CD version of this album, and
Yeah?
it doesn't do that.
Oh.
So it must have been like a
We found
first
a picture.
released.
We found a picture of
Yeah,
it.
it must have been
in
like a first
transition.
release
I don't
thing.
know where that picture
But
is,
basically, the
yeah, it
label
looks
for
like
the
this,
album shows
essentially.
up, yeah,
And it
after
lightens
you.
up with heat. You can kind of see it.
Apply
like
some
halfway
heat,
here,
yeah.
And then it
So,
starts off just pitch black.
which was cool. They won a Grammy for Best Album Package for that, or his brother did. Michael Carney won a Grammy for that.
Carney.
Carney. The album is featured heavily throughout pop culture. It's played in a lot of movies, played in a lot of video games.
Specifically one song, but we'll get to that. That song's like
What song?
Track 3?
Let's tighten up.
4.
Yeah, track 4. I was gonna say if you're thinking of a different song, but whatever. Other than that, I would say this album changed my life more
Yeah, here we go.
than any than any album other than Dark Side of the Moon. It was basically Metallica from 3rd grade. I mean, 2nd grade, I didn't know anything. I don't even think I was speaking sentences in 2nd grade. Dummy. Metallica from 3rd grade to like 10th. 10th, I heard this album. I can't remember where I found it, where I heard it. I just heard it and I was like, okay, there's actually good stuff other than Metallica.
Yep. And something we discovered on episode 13, version 0.5, I guess, was that
First take.
yeah, is that we have a lot of parallels between a band that I would say is kind of a contemporary to the Black Keys. That would be the band Kings of Leon. I liked Kings of Leon at a bit younger of an age than you, but it's similar vibes in the sense that it's kind of like this pop infused, garagey, bluesy rock. Although I'd say Kings of Leon amps up the blues and the country factor a little bit. The vocalist is very distinctive for his strong rock bluesy twang. But I would be surprised if these guys aren't like kind of in the same field and circle of music.
Right.
And, their biggest album, Only by the Night, came out a couple years before this one. And then that album, the album before, are kind of considered like their peak, with the album before being actually respected a little bit by music critics. The album Only by the Night, though, not so much. Apparently, people don't give that one much benefit of the doubt. I like both, though, but it is probably mostly from childhood nostalgia, which I believe to be the case for you and this album, too.
No, I mean...
I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, probably more than Metallica, but whatever.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think I have much else.
I swear.
There's probably a lot of stuff we missed.
Hold on, let me think.
Rate your music. Rate your music 3.4.
3.4, yeah. That's not bad.
Rolling Stone, other critics,
Yeah,
about 4-star, 8 out of 10 kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it's going.
Hi, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised music critics like it, because like I said, it is definitely more of like a pop rock
Well,
feel.
it's the production, man. It's the production.
I still don't know what that means.
Dude, yes, you
I'm just
do.
kidding. I don't.
It's
Let me
like
get into it.
it's like the fuzz or like the raw way that they like. You can do raw is not one sound. Raw is like it's like a bass line for many sounds,
I will say,
and this is one of the
take
sounds.
2 is probably going to be better, because he was going on and on and on so long about background info for this album that I was kind of like this.
Well, I'm done now.
Scratching my face because it was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, yeah, whatever. Let's get into the song for song.
Hurry up. I'm over this.
right, let's do it. Let's do it. Brother. Here we go. Track 1. The worst song on the album.
No.
By far.
Good ass
Absolutely
song.
by far.
We've already seen each other's
Absolutely
scores, so
by far the worst song on the album.
fuck you.
Dude, let me just reiterate. So this song is an annoying pop rock song, just straight up pop rock. Has high-pitched vocals that are
soulful,
cheery and like lighthearted and fun and happy-go-lucky and cool.
No,
That's not how he sounds. It's just the vibe of it. He's got clapping beats, which sounds
it sounds good. He did it good. People do it clapping good sometimes. Hey,
lame.
Mr. Tambourine,
It's
man.
all, like,
All right, this album or
infusion-
Bob Dylan?
I haven't listened to a Bob Dylan album.
Ever?
I don't like his voice, so I don't go out of my way to listen to him.
Bro, Bob Dylan's sick. I take Bob Dylan over this
I'm sure I
album.
would too, but I digress. This song is cringe. It's just cringe.
No, it is
pop
not.
rock.
This is a good
The
song.
vocals are so lame. Everything is just lame. It sounds like the music that you'd put in the background of a YouTube blog, like a cheesy YouTube
Not
blog.
even close.
Absolutely.
3 syllables each.
No, literally. It's
Huh?
2. It's 4.
What?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you said it in 3. Absolutely is how you said it.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Let me play it.
how about we do this? Fine, play it. Yeah, dude, it sounds soulful.
So cheesy, bro. So cheesy. There's like the guys going, shake, shake, shake. It's just lame.
Bro, you listen to
pop
Joy
rock.
Division.
It sounds like Imagine Dragons.
Not even close.
It sounds like blues. If Imagine Dragons was from Ohio.
Holy moly,
It's Imagine
dude.
Dragons from Ohio, bro, instead of from
Imagine Dragons are probably
Utah or
already
whatever
from
they're
Ohio.
from. Imagine Dragon your ears through this song. They're from Nevada, yeah. I knew they were from our region. Should I say your address live on air?
Sure.
Just don't cut it.
You don't even know my address. Indiana.
Some whatever. Yeah, this song is the worst song on the album. I am shocked. I was shocked.
You are literally
that Aaron liked
cringe.
this song. I was kind of generally shocked that Aaron liked this whole album because you're usually so critical of
It's
like
a raw
poppy.
album.
It's not.
It's
raw,
not poppy. It's not that poppy.
It's
You can
definitely
tell it's like
pop-infused.
commercialized, but that's
poppy.
different than poppy. In my opinion. I mean,
Whatever. Next song.
next girl.
I will definitely bring up Everlasting Light more than once, so let's keep that in mind.
Track 2. This is the one that set Patrick Carney's mind straight.
Good for him. I didn't have much to say about that.
Good for him.
I'm glad it worked for
He's
him,
dope.
but it
He
didn't really
produced a
work
couple of the Black Lips albums. He's a dope dude.
of all of the black bands, which is the best?
Black Lips.
Not Black Eyed Peas.
No, Black Lips. Black Sabbath, Black Keys,
No, whoa.
Black Lips.
Sabbath.
No, Black Lips. 100%. Million times. Are you seriously going to look it up on?
Black bands. Black Flag. No, they suck actually.
Yeah, Black Flag sucks.
Yeah,
Black
nobody
Keys
knows.
is up here pretty.
Blackfoot.
Black Label Society. Fuck.
Black Veil Brides, bro.
No, dude. Black
I'm
Lips
just
are the
kidding.
best
No,
of
no,
all
no,
these
no.
bands.
Yeah, I don't know most of these. Black Lips, there they are.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. Black Lips are sick as fuck.
Black Street. What? Is this like a black version of Backstreet Boys?
Black Street Boys.
There's no diggity. That seems kind of racist. I digress. Next girl.
What did we say earlier? There was a good joke that we had earlier. Something was fast. Were you talking about how fast you were going to skip a song or something?
Oh shoot, what was it?
I don't know. That was a good joke,
No,
though.
it was like it was adjacent to Sonic. What is another character that's known for being fast? And you made a pun on this character's name.
Speed racer or racist speeder. Yeah, but why did I say those things?
Probably for how fast I want to get through that first song, bro. It's so bad.
Faster than a racist speeder or speed racer? I guess the other way around sounds better. Yeah. Whatever. It's a first take thing. This episode sucks.
This episode's sick because the album I don't care about, so I'm fine with it being a crappy video. All right.
I wish it was
Next
better,
girl. I have one sentence to describe it. It's a
right.
cool
It's
rock
a good
song. Not much stands out. I wouldn't mind if someone played it.
But I think I had it as a +1.
Yeah, it's just a straightforward rock song. I don't really know. I don't really know what to say much more about it than that, really.
It's all right. Next song.
It's all right. Tighten Up. The best song on the album.
By far.
I wouldn't say by far, but it is.
This is probably in like my top 20 songs ever.
That's a lot.
Dude, that's a lot. You're damn right. That's a lot.
No, it is.
That's a mega lot.
Great song though. It is a great song.
Dude, the vocal delivery.
Yes, the quick
drumming. How he does like the screaming that like kind of like triggers like the rougher part of your vocal box and.
There's a plucky guitar playing that's cool. The whole vibes for the track is cool.
Play the transition.
The instrumental switch up towards the end is also great.
Play that part.
Straightforward rock album or song. But if this was on New Order, you would have been like, "You were seriously impressed by that?"
No, if this was on the Black Keys, you would tell me that I'm seriously impressed by that.
No, because I think you just
cool
did too.
Oh,
it just reminded me of that parallel. When I like something, whatever.
But when you like something, it's bad though. The music video. I didn't bring this up in take one. The music video of Tighten Up.
Is it good?
No, it's funny as hell, dude.
For real?
It's like the two guys in the band, Carney and Auerbach, they like take their kids to the park, but in the video they're friends and their kids don't like each other. So like they make them hang out and they're like sitting on the bench of a park and like their kids start fighting each other and they go to break it up. And, like, some mom comes up, and, like, they're both like, damn, she's hot.
What the heck?
And they're just way stoked on this mom that comes up.
I was going to say, in take one, we argued more about track one in the middle of talking about this song, so I'm going to do that again because I'm not done with that song.
What do you have left to say? You've already said everything.
Remember you said, like, well, yeah, the one thing I really like about the singer is that his ability to sing like all these different singers was so impressive.
He has the ability.
How he sounds like totally different from song one, and in song one he sounds completely different from the whole rest of the album. And I was like, yeah, the reason he doesn't sound like that in any other song in the album is because that sounded horrible.
He does sound like that in one other spot in the album, though. The only one.
Nope. We'll get to that when we get to it.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
I do think that Dan Auerbach. I do think that Dan Auerbach has a pretty good ability to like span his vocal abilities more than any other artist or vocalist I've ever heard. Like he sounds like a different singer on each track.
Yeah, he does. I didn't know if actually track one and this were the same singer, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. So that's what's crazy. He's amazing at that, and I think this dude's a genius. He had another project actually called The Arcs, and that stuff is better than the Black Keys.
Arcs?
Yeah.
The sampling guys?
What? The sampling guys?
Aren't they all sample-based? Who am I thinking of?
No.
No. This isn't right.
Yeah, this album, they just dropped this one, and it's all right. But this album is fucking amazing. It's better than anything the Black Keys ever did. And they worked with the guy from Foxygen, the producer from Foxygen. He passed away after that album, but that album itself was really good.
What are the bands that you like?
Sample-based albums?
These guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like the song Lake Superior a lot. The song's sick.
Dude, Dan Auerbach is the spearhead of the Arcs.
That's this guy?
That's not that guy. That's just a random dude. Sick. But no, the Arcs are better.
You know what's funny?
Than Black Keys.
Every time you brought up this other band that I can't think of, I always thought you were talking about the Arcs. I always just say, yeah, I like the song Lake Superior from this band. But no, this is the actual band that you're talking about. And
that's the
both
Arcs.
of them. That's funny. There's a band that sounds like the Arcs. The vibe of this name. There's a band whose name reminds me of the Arcs, and I always get them mixed up. That's what I'm saying. But no, now this time you're actually talking about the Arcs.
Yes, and this album is fucking amazing.
That's cool.
And it's all by Dan Auerbach. This is all his This was his solo stuff that Patrick Carney got pissed about.
Oh,
well,
really?
no, he had solo albums too. His solo albums, like just him, those suck.
Really?
The Arcs, it goes Dan Auerbach solo stuff, the Black Keys, and the Arcs in that order. Of like what's good. The Arcs are fucking good. Like their first EP and their first album, way good.
Okay.
Cool.
Howlin' For You.
Obviously, this is like the pop culture song.
I've
This
heard
is
the
what I'll
song
hear in a
a
Walmart.
million times, yes. The moment I heard the guitar, I'm like, oh, okay, this is that song. Because the guitar riff follows this. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's heard
that. Yeah, I knew the song like within the first 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I had never even heard the whole song. I just knew the na part.
Yeah. It's pretty.
But I don't really.
It lingers in your head. Yeah, it's not. I give it a plus one.
I found his vocals kind of annoying. Baby, I'm howling for you. Like his inflection, I just thought.
I like that.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. And the buzzy guitar tone, we argued over this.
I like it. No, I like it.
No, it sounds bad. It sounds like a. There's like a little buzz, sounds like a bee. Look. That sounds like a bee, bro.
This does not sound like a bee.
It's like a bee.
That's just like high pitched.
It's like a fly going. You know, they like
keep whining and complaining.
Then they go away and you can hear it again. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, a fly like flying across the room. So yeah, that song, I hated the guitar in that song.
What are you addicted to Benadryl?
Not Jordan Peterson. I'm addicted to Benadryl. Oh wait, that is.
I'm addicted to Benadryl and bees.
She's long gone.
She's long gone. Another song I think is pretty good.
I said it was like Next Girl in the sense that you did the exact same reaction because you probably literally already forgot.
I did. Are you serious?
No, in the sense that there's nothing particular to note for me. Yeah, you said the exact same thing on take one. It's a cool bluesy rock song, catchy chorus, and a cool riff.
Cool riff. Cool riff, man.
Riffin', baby.
All right, next song.
Black 1 and 2.
Black Mud 1 and 2. We're going to do both. Both awesome. Both songs that stand out on the album. These don't sound like anything else on the album.
Well, explain what 2 is not on the album.
So there's a 10th anniversary that came out last year, I believe.
Really?
2020. 2020.
Oh, okay.
Because 10th anniversary, because it was released in 2010. So it came out in 2020. It has 3 songs. I think they're all worth listening to. They don't sound like they're not on this album. They sound like they match the album. Mm-hmm. So it's just, if you like the album, there's 3 extra songs. But you probably, if you like the album, love Black Mud. At least if you have brain cells.
Is that really like a standout track in the album?
Oh, yeah.
Like people consider this a standout track?
Hell yeah,
so
bro.
It's a song that's instrumental.
Yeah, but it's also weird and freaky.
Usually instrumentals are like the almost.
Not for Metallica. Songs. For Metallica, their instrumentals stand out a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Orion on Master Puppets.
It's the only time you've ever talked positively about Metallica, I think.
I'm not saying anything positive. I'm just saying that their instrumental stuff is acclaimed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting.
But Black Mud. It sounds like nothing else on the album. It sounds like I compared it to Black Sabbath in the way, not the tempo and kind of that stuff, but the way that it's sludgy.
I actually see it. Like he said, if you were to slow down these songs and like take out the bluesy,
played it like half speed, it's going to sound like Black Sabbath. It sounds super heavy and like sludgy and part 2 I think is better, which part 2 is on the 10th anniversary. And when that dropped in 2020, I was stoked. So I was like, okay, 3 songs, I'll listen to them. But then I saw Black Mud part 2 and I was like, yo, like this better be a good ass song. And it was, bro. It was so good.
I said it's a cool little psychedelic infused blues instrumental. A lot of this album, there's like 3 infusion genres on the album, right?
You said it was like a kind of a soul-y based on that one song.
There's a little bit of like a
Psychedelic,
blue-eyed
garage,
soul
pop.
infusion that's spurted in there. Psychedelic infusion
Right.
that you see quite a few times in a few songs. And then, of course, there's that pop infusion as well.
We're good.
But yeah, I liked the songs. I think they're cool. They will definitely be my next songs to go +1. But at this current moment, they're not songs that I would want to throw on in the car to listen. Like, they're not songs I would choose to put on. But I respect them. I think they'll be my next +1s in the near future for sure.
Fair.
The only one.
Another awesome song. I honestly think it's better than both the Black Muds.
Wow. Yeah,
I think it's up there with Tighten Up. You saw it was a 3 for me, so I think this one is super emotional. Even though you think it's more of like a chill vibe song.
It's totally a chill
I think
vibe
it's
song.
more of like a...
Let me guess, lethargic? Or not lethargic. What is the word you use all the time?
You do use lethargic a lot.
Lethargic means tired.
Well, it just means like...
No, you mean like the way you described Octopus's Garden.
Yeah, that was like a lethargic...
Is that the word?
I don't know. But it is like Octopus's Garden for me, kind of. That
But
kind
none
of...
of those songs are emotional. They're both chill.
I thought they were both emotional. I think that they're both emotional.
Oh my god. Don't
I
do
think the
Octopus's
vocals,
Garden
I think
anymore.
like the melody,
No, what
stupid
it is,
descriptions like that are all emotional.
what this song is a cute little upbeat summer rock song. It's a low-key song and it's very chill.
No, if you're
He
going
has
to
the
like
higher vocal registry like he does in that godforsaken first track.
Everlasting Light,
Whatever, I don't even speak about it anymore. But the difference is that it's more laid back and chill. Like he's chilling, singing, happy.
oh, I think I see what you
not like
mean in terms of,
energetic and bubbly
which I
and
agree, but
hyper and fun. It's like he's laid back and just kind of good vibes. It's good vibes.
well, what about the lyrics? You think his good vibes talking about the lyrics?
I heard this album like 4 times. I don't know a single lyric of any song.
Dude, the lyrics are good. I mean, they're not crazy good, but
Oh.
this song's lyrics are pretty good. This song only.
The amount of time we've talked about this
song.
album now is probably more than the amount of time I spent listening to it.
Holy shit.
No, I'm just kidding. Because it's like, I've probably listened to it like 4 times too. But I digress. I like this song. It's a great song. It's a cute song, good chorus, and the synth organ in this track is good. I love synth organs, especially the tone that they use in this album. It's kind of the more atmospheric variety of synth organ, which I noted in the previous take is kind of reminiscent. It's a similar instrumental choice to In the Court of the Crimson Kings self-titled album with that atmospheric orchestral sounding synth organ. Sounds awesome in every song that it's in, and it sounds good in this song too. Cool song. Good song.
I think it's a great song.
It's a good song.
I love that song. Too Afraid to Love You. This was the song that, until I heard Dark Side of the Moon, was the greatest song of all time. Which now I only have it as a +2, but
I made sure to comment, thank God you heard Time then, because Time is so much better than this song.
this song is still pretty good.
No, I liked it too. There was like a medieval sounding piano that was pretty psychedelic and cool. The bass line was good. And there was like some random, I don't know what the instrument was, but there was like some occasional like atmospheric sounds that would kind of come in and out. It was probably a synth, but it was just kind of happening, and it was cool. I liked it.
I like the way they did
Little
the bass on this album. Like it's like and that note that he holds there is like, huh?
The vocals on this track I liked too, specifically.
Yeah.
10 Cent Pistol.
This is the point of the album that's middle of the road.
That's
for
funny
me.
because for me, there's like a string of 4 songs.
Well, after this song, actually, Sinister Kid, because this song's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, there's like 4 songs in a row that I like, and I'm like, okay, the album is picking up. I like what's happening. But it's like the beginning, there's hit or misses, and the back end, there's some hit or misses. But I like 10 Cent Pistol. It's like
I like the guitar. It's like a weird. They're using like a bridge pickup or something.
Rock sounding song. Literally, I hummed the bass line, and he's like, in track take 1, and you're like, you hummed the wrong bass line. You hummed the bass line from the 60s song. Then I played this song on the album, and he's like, "Oh wait, it's the exact same bass line."
It is
I
pretty
literally
similar.
don't even remember what the song sounds like, but it's such a distinctively 60s bass line that I remember how it goes. Bum, 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 bum,
Not at that tempo, but yeah, it does. And the production's a little different than the way Ultimate Spinach did it, but yeah.
So quintessentially
Same
60s.
notes.
I like that. I have a 60s bias.
I like it too.
It's a
For real,
simple song,
that
but the
bass line
vibes are
actually is the
solid.
one thing that hooked me to that Ultimate Spinach song. I was like, okay, this song's sick because of this
that
bass line.
line's sick. It's so 60s. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's distinctively hippie. It has a tambourine as well, but it's not used in the way that it's used on track 1. Once again, it's used badly on track 1. And track 1 is more happy and fun and cheery and stupid.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That song sucks. On this song,
It's not a happy song.
it's a cheery, goofy pop.
No, it is
Goober.
not.
Yeah, just like how do you get emotions from Octopus's Garden?
I knew you were gonna ask me
But
that
you don't
shit,
get-
bro.
Like
Whatever.
cheeriness from track 1. It's pop. It's the most pop song.
According
on the whole
to
album
who?
by far. According to
What
the only
objective
person whose
standard?
opinions anyone cares about watching these videos. I'm just kidding.
What objective standard can you use to
Well, I
define?
asked ChatGPT on take 1, and it actually didn't say anything of.
Can you
negative-
chill out? You're gonna break some shit.
Well, I asked ChatGPT on take 1, and it actually didn't say much negative things about the song, so I uninstalled it.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you actually.
No,
It's not even a thing that you install.
no.
I
Dan,
stopped using it.
we asked Dan, and Dan was like,
You want to read
It
a snippet
was-
of that?
it was commercial success and critical acclaim. Nobody's critically acclaiming a song, bro.
I am.
You're not a critic.
Yes, I am. I'm criticizing music right now.
I'm the critic. You're the artist.
Yeah, but
It's a popular and
Whatever.
well-received song, and I was like, yeah, well-received by the type of people who eat at Cracker Barrel every day.
I guess that's true.
Or
Or the people who hang out at Walmart for fun.
the people who leave my wedding 30 minutes in.
You know who you are. I know who you are too. Okay, next song.
Sinister Kid. Oh wait, no. There's another note I had about 10 Cent Pistol. What would have made the song a lot better, and you actually disagreed, but to add to like the 60s vibe of the song, which it very clearly is going for, I think it would have been better if they went more for that quintessential
No,
60s
I don't-
vocal sound by making it a little more distant and a little more spacey, washed out, as opposed to like just sounding direct. It sounds the same production style as the rest of the songs, in the sense that it's just loud and upfront. I like when it's a little more washed out and
Atmospheric.
trippy. Yeah, it adds to the vibe of this.
So I disagree with you on
Hippie,
two things,
groovy.
Neo. Because you said that they were going for the sound. I don't think they were going for it. I
You
think
don't
it
think
just
there's like
came out of
clear,
them.
like psychedelic inspirations in this album?
No, the album I think so, but this song specifically,
okay.
they weren't going for anything
You don't
other
think,
than
like,
what
let's
they
do
else
it.
they were doing on the album. They weren't.
Well,
They
you
didn't
don't
take
think
this song and like
on this
let's
track,
make it a little more
you don't
60s.
think
No,
on
it
this
just
track
came
they
out.
were wanting to make a soul song? You think that just coincidentally happened?
Well, they covered that song,
Oh, that's true.
and that
that's
is a soul song.
true. Okay, that's right. Because I was about to say, I feel like they're kind of equal in the sense that this one is like the psychedelic song, and then that track is the blues song. Or the
I think
the
it's.
soul
I mean,
song.
it sounds like the rest of their discography. They were just
Okay.
doing something.
Yeah, you probably
so
know more than me about this band, so I'll give it to you. Fine, you got me. But I still do wish that they did the more disembodied vocal.
I still agree with that. But Sinister Kid.
Sinister Kid. This is probably the most
Yeah, it's just another.
fun song. That
I like it. I mean, yeah.
Because
I like the bass intro or that drum intro.
Yeah, I noted the drums are sick in
Dude,
the
he
song.
hits that snare way hard. I like
he
it.
does. He does.
It's way
Um,
sick.
All the other songs that are more. That are at
Or maybe
this
they just have the
fun
mic
level,
positioned at like a cool spot. I don't know.
probably just,
but it sounds
the snares
sick.
here, the mic.
It's like right over there.
Yeah, but the songs that are at this funness level or more fun are a bit too cheesy or poppy for me. But this just is at that threshold, and I think you said the same thing too, right? This is just
Yeah,
at
I mean,
that
I
pop
like it, but
threshold
it's
to where
like-
you like it.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
no,
this is the point in the album that's like they've gone as far as I would like them. Or no, I said this about the whole album.
Yeah, you're right.
They went as far as I would like them to go,
Within
but
the
then
pop
their
direction.
subsequent albums, they went further than I would have wanted them to go.
Yeah.
But like their earlier stuff doesn't sound like this, and it sounds more garage rock, and it sounds fucking awesome, dude.
That makes sense.
I love their earlier stuff.
The thing that really hurts this song, in my opinion, is just the lyrics are kind of like edgy, like trying to be cool type of edgy. He's talking about bragging about being, I'm the boy with the broken halo. It's like, that's a lame line. He's like, the devil won't let me be.
I don't think they're talking about like
says,
the way that they're trying to be.
Degree,
I think they're talking about the concept as a whole.
Me? It's like, oh, shut up.
Well, how do you? Well, you're taking it in a sense that they're identifying with their lyrics. What if they're just talking about a concept or telling a story?
Making up a story about this kid. It's just still a lame story. It's just
Fair enough, I guess.
Being the boy with the broken halo. That's like a tattoo that like Machine Gun Kelly would have on his pubic area.
Yeah, but you don't think that'd be a sick story to tell about MGK's pubic area? That'd be a way sick story to tell. I've seen it
too now.
I'm down, dude. I'm down. I should get a cringe tattoo like that for the exact reason that they probably wrote this song with those lyrics.
You think it was
like I think that's the same
or self-aware, the song? I think they take the song seriously. The bass, like the instrumentals are too good for them to have been like, now let's write some goofy lyrics. Like the bass line is way solid.
I don't know, but like look at like the whole atmosphere of the album. It's kind of like a lazy, like low effort.
Oh, and this is the song that has the woman singing in the background that you didn't believe that caused you to throw your vinyl. Don't throw it again. Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
I thought you were going for it. I was like, no.
Hey, if I did that, I'd be out
bro.
$20, and that's $20 that's, I don't know, I could get what, like a milkshake or something?
Oh, milkshake?
Dude,
in LA, maybe. Yeah, so it's a good song. I like it. All right, The Go-Getter. We both had a very similar opinion on this song, actually.
Yeah, just middle of the road.
Yeah, it has an interesting drum pattern and unique guitar work in the intro. And organ as well. It has that cool organ that I like. But the instrumentals don't make up for the song because the chorus and verses are weak. And the rest of the song is kind of just bland. But if they had incorporated the drum pattern and guitar and organ work into a better song, probably would have been a great song. But in this song, it's just kind of more of that straightforward, boring kind of poppy rock that I'm just... It's not pop rock in the same way that like...
That song was poppier rock.
But it is pop infused. I think that's the best description. I'm Not the One.
Again, the middle of the road kind of stuff for me for the rest of the album. I'm not going to say much more, so you...
I liked this one. It had a cool laid back guitar, which I like. Solid verses, and I liked the chorus. I liked how there was a choral buildup, and we discussed this word being stupid. You're like, how could they have a choral buildup if the coral reef is dying?
That was a terrible joke.
But choral as in choir, or choral buildup.
Chodal.
The choral buildup before preceding the chorus sounded cool.
Choral.
And quarrel. No, because quarrel is its own word.
No, choral.
Q. Choral.
Yeah, because choir is CHOIR. So it could almost be choir.
But it's just spelled choral.
Whatever.
Isn't it? Whatever. Stupid word.
Oh, yeah. Well, for coral reef, it's spelled like that, but for choir, it's spelled with an I.
No, coral doesn't have an H in it, you goob.
Yeah, you're right. Then you're wrong about the spelling of both.
No, there's no red line. That's how you spell coral. It's just a stupid word.
Well, choir has an I.
Yeah.
It is a stupid word. Fuck that word.
Quiral.
Choiral. Okay, whatever.
Quiral buildup. Cool. Next song. Unknown Brother.
So yeah, this one, I will say one thing about this, because I said it in the last take. It's about Auerbach's then at the time wife, which I think he's gone through like 3 wives since then. Her brother died in high school, so he's like, all right, well, I gotta make a song. I gotta like pretend that I care about this. So he made an album.
Not what you said the first time out.
I said along that line.
No,
I
you were
did.
Way more sweet.
Next
about
song.
It. No, you were like, I love this woman. So if I love this woman and her brother meant a lot to her, then she means a lot to me. And
not
like,
really.
I thought that
but...
was cute, and you were like, "Yeah, but that's probably just BS." Like, you just told the story all cute, and you don't even care about it. I think it's a wholesome little story. But what I wrote about the song,
I think it's wholesome.
It's probably my second least favorite.
Yeah,
I said it's another one of the kind of lame songs, like how I think Everlasting Light is lame.
I've seen comments on YouTube though that say that this is the most beautiful song people have ever heard.
Dude, you know what's interesting about YouTube? Almost any song on any album.
There's always a comment that says this is the best song ever. Yes, dude, I swear that is true. That is true.
Like I've been going through like a deep cuts of some random artist that's already kind of obscure, and it'll be like track 6 that's like a minute and a half. It's like a random just nonsense track, and people are like, dude, this track's underrated, bro. People need to look at this track.
I'd be the type of guy to come out like an intelligence album.
Any song
on
YouTube is either underrated or one of the best songs of all time. Any song, period.
Whoa, is every song underrated? Should we just start rating every song a little bit higher?
If all music is underrated, then what is rated? That's an interesting little aside. But here's what I wrote for Unknown Brother. I'm just gonna read it because that's what I instructed myself to do. Unknown Brother, another one of the kind of lame songs like Everlasting Light. Vocals aren't as annoying, but the chorus and verses are all weak. So I don't want to keep listening to it to finish my notes. So I'm going to just read it. That's the only time I've ever done that. Probably the only time I'll ever do that.
No, I got some albums worse than this, bro.
I was pressed for time, and I'm like, I don't want to finish this song. I get it.
I need a beer.
Next. We're almost done.
I have to grab one.
You're going to be too drunk for Marvin.
No, I'm not. I'm fine right now. Just keep going. I better grab a couple at least.
Oh my God. Make sure it's still recording.
It is.
Okay. God. Next track. Never gonna give you up.
This is a cover. This is a cover of a soul song. Who's it by?
By Rick Astley.
No, Jerry Butler.
Oh yeah, black dude. Remember we pulled him up. He's like, oh,
look at that.
Because I thought
you don't see that every day.
Because I thought this was like a Blue-Eyed Soul song. It sounds very much like white people's soul, and Blue-Eyed Soul is literally a genre. It's just there's some style choices that make it sound white. So I thought for sure it was going to be a white guy who made the original song, but no, it turned out to be a genuine black man, whatever that means. But yeah, I liked it. I mean, what did you have to say about the song?
I don't have anything else to say about the rest of the songs on the album except the last track. They're all kind of middle of the road. I like them. Not a bunch, but I like them.
Okay. So what I have to say about this song, and I'm going to make... You're good. Is that it sounded to me like the band The Dip, which is a Blue-Eyed Soul band. It's a modern band similar to... Well, it's newer than the Black Keys. Right?
2010?
Yeah.
Was this album?
Yeah, the Dip are more like 2013, 2015, 16. And they kind of do this sound, but since that's like their whole sound is like this Blue-Eyed Soul, they do it a lot better than the Black Keys. And obviously, Blue-Eyed Soul isn't their main sound. So anytime I hear this song, I just think about how much better the Dip is at doing it. So if you guys really like this song, I would really recommend the band The Dip. They have a great album. The song Working Man is really good. That whole album, if you're into this sound, you're going to like that album. Underground, kind of, not underground, but kind of a smaller band, probably because nobody cares about them. But still, this
including
song,
me.
Yeah. This song is still a little charming and it's a cute little ditty. I like the synth organ. It's a cool vibe in the chorus. They have the organ playing over the chorus. But yeah, the Dip does this better. So if you like this, go ahead and give them a listen. They're a good band. They're great. They're a great little band. And then the last song.
I think this is the worst song on the album. I gave it a 0.
I mean,
I'm skipping it every time for sure, but
I wasn't too surprised when you
okay.
first said that, because you don't tend to be into like the slow, pretty songs. That tends to be more my thing. You like the more high energy, punchy songs. I like when they slow it down and make it pretty. So this was a hard one for me to rate because it seems like right up my alley. It's a slow final track. You could tell it's the end of the album. Kings of Leon did the same thing in their album. Just saying, another parallel. I like slower, chill songs by nature, so I was into it when I heard it. I'm like, okay, this sounds pretty. I like what's happening in my ears. I like the slow guitar work. I like the more emotional, slow vocals, but the bells / xylophone do not sound good in this application, Mister. You love xylophones.
xylophobia.
Xylophiliac.
Xylophiliac.
No. I like the xylophone when it's used in
Xylophobe
context. But this was not. This is just to make it sound a little cuter and cheesier. And it's just, okay, it wasn't made to make it sound cheesier, but it was made to make it sound a little cuter and more wholesome, which in turn made it sound cheesier. I don't like the xylophone use in this song at all. I wrote in my notes, for whatever reason, that it was a bit of a boner killer, which I don't know why I used that.
You know why you used that term.
I don't, but I did. So yeah, that instrument choice makes the song feel a lot more cheesy than it does like genuinely emotional, which hurt it for me a bit. But because it's a style that's on my alleyway, I think I like it. I think, yeah, I mean, if I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty song. It wasn't done particularly well, but it's a style that I like. So it's like, it balances more in the positive. But if you're the type of person who doesn't like slow, pretty songs, this is going to be a straight up skip. You're going to skip this faster than...
Than Speed Racer or Racist Speeder?
I made that joke in the first one. I don't know what that means, but it would be Race Speeder, not Racist Speeder.
Yeah, but Racist Speeder is funnier.
Interesting. All right, so that's the whole album again.
Hold on, let me guess your score. 52.
No, you actually did do a good job of guessing it.
On
the way
take one.
See it, we kind of almost have a parallel here because they remind me a lot of Kings of Leon. I feel like they're in the same Venn diagram or circle. Like they're different sound. These guys are more garagey. Kings of Leon is more twangy, but they're both kind of pop infused rock from around the same era. Similar commercial success. I think Kings of Leon is a bit bigger, but yeah, Kings of Leon's a big band, dude. Their top song.
You realize that this album sold like a good amount, and that's a good number. That's a big number. I'm just kidding.
7.7 million on the Black Keys monthly listeners for that band. Kings of Leon was like 11 million. 13.8 million. So almost double. These guys are big. Every like Midwestern mom likes this band.
Okay. Whatever. I mean,
but yeah, I like Kings of Leon's vibe a little bit more, probably because of childhood nostalgic bias. But I digress. It's just a little too straightforward for me. I said in an earlier episode, I think it was episode 2, I said that I like slow music because it allows me to like take in everything that's happening, but there has to be a lot happening for me to like it. And this album just doesn't have a lot happening. It's not slow per se, but there's just not enough going on. I don't think it's particularly a slow music bias that I have. I think I misspoke in that episode. It's more of a things going on bias.
That's the coolest thing about art is like you figure out as you go.
Yeah. And there's 2 different ways you can like do a lot of things at once. You can do it like the Aaron way, where it's all just in your face and blowing your brains out, all crazy and experimental. That's not my preference. When I like music that implements layers in a bunch of instruments implements a bunch of layers in such a way where you can still distinguish what's going on. I like to pick songs apart and listen to them and listen for different sounds each time. You can't really do that with this album. It's too straightforward. It's just straightforward rock. There's not much more to digest with the album. And with that, I gave it a 52.
Look at this guy, dude. It looks like he's fighting for his life on the fucking toilet. He's all drumming at a show, dude. That's how you know he's into it.
Yeah, you can be into it.
And this guy looks like he's like, all right, is this guy looking at me while I pee?
Both of these dudes look 3 times divorced.
They definitely are. 100%.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's just not too much. I mean, it's a likable album. 52 is likable. I liked it, but it's not anything I plan on going through again.
So we're doing our scores, 52.
Yep.
I got a 137.
Which, coincidentally, is almost the exact same score that I gave the Kings of Leon album.
So I'll give Kings of Leon 52.
Yeah, you'll probably hate Kings of Leon. You have much more of a propensity to hate music than I do. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I
think I've liked more of the albums we've done than you. I've liked them to a higher standard than you.
If we were to add all of our scores together, my number would be higher though, because you have.
That'd be an interesting statistic. I'll add that.
Okay.
I will note in my score on my Excel sheet, I am now calculating probabilities that we get the same score. But like I said, this is based on if we randomly assign values of the song score, because music is subjective. So that's the problem. If we were to ask a random person though, we don't know their music taste, then this really is a good probability to use for why or what the probability would be that they like the album same as us.
They'll probably get more likely to get my score because they're more likely to be like, yeah, it was good, than to be like, yeah, man, this is the best album ever.
No, dude, the reviews were good. We talked about this take one. Reviews were good. They're definitely more likely, like statistically speaking, to be closer to my score because they are closer to my score.
Who's they?
Rate your music. Rolling Stone and other critics. Whatever else I said in the last take.
Yeah, I shouldn't have brought this part up. I brought up my L from take one.
All right.
Okay.
So again, yeah, you got mostly ones right up down the middle, a couple of zeros.
It's my first -1.
Oh, a negative
ever
one.
Given.
Ever given?
No.
At least on this channel.
In this
yeah.
yes. And I don't usually give out -1s. If I control F my slides. Oh, there's 87. Okay, that's
87 out of how many though?
Over
Do like
1,000?
a +1. How much is for the plus ones?
Oh, 1,000?
Almost 1,000 exactly. So, what is that? 10%? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there you have it. I mean, final thoughts.
Your score. Oh yeah, this
Okay.
is the part that blew my mind.
Okay, let
He
me
has
relax.
Everlasting Light as a +2, bro.
+2.
I forgot about that.
It's a good song. I love that song.
No.
I think it's an amazing song, and
Dude.
every time it's in my vibe playlist, and every time it comes on, I normally don't skip it.
The way he described it on track 1, he's like, I like this part, and I like this part, and I like this part. Like, if you were to take that out of context, you could very well be describing like Thunder by Imagine Dragons. Cringe pop rock, bad. You're better than this.
Descriptions and words don't describe
You're better
music.
than this.
Music is a
You're
whole
so
different than
critical.
words.
How could you like such a pop rock basic?
It is a good song.
You couldn't even defend the song. You're just like, oh, I like it.
Because I'm dumb. And that's a fact. I don't have the words to defend it. I have the emotions,
win
and
the
the
debate.
emotions.
I win.
Okay, whatever. Emotions are there. What am I going to do? No, go away, emotions. It's not a good song. The objective
Just
facts
think about it. You listen
and
to
the critics, they're telling me it's not a good song. I have to hide my emotions. No, when it plays, I'm like, oh, yes, bro, I love this song. Simple as that. Anyways, +3, unless you have more shit to give me.
Nah.
+3, Tighten Up.
Oh,
One of top 20 songs probably ever for me.
That's
that is an
crazy, but it is a
amazing
good
song.
I just can't find myself loving any of them songs. They're just too straightforward. There's just not enough there's not enough happening. It's too straightforward.
Because you're a prog
And the
60s
short-
guy.
And like the songs are shorter too. They're all 3
Oh, this
minutes
came out
across the board.
after 2010. I don't like it. Name one album that you like. I guess Tame Impala.
Beach House is one of my favorite bands ever, and 2 of their albums are in the
Don't
top
talk to
15.
me like that. Acting like you're right and shit, even though you are.
I've made 2 episodes of my podcast, and one of them is devoted to a modern band. Beach House.
What band?
Beach House.
One more time? I'm kidding.
I was about to
Fuck your
scream
beach
at
house.
you,
Alright. Fuck your beach house. 3 for the only one. One of my favorite songs
those
again.
2 were my favorite. It's interesting, even though we completely disagree on almost everything ever, our favorite songs of albums have almost always been the same.
That is interesting.
Maybe albums just generally have like standout songs. that
No.
are just kind of
It's too
unanimously
subjective.
agreed to.
I'm just kidding.
It's like The Wall. As much
Sucks.
okay.
Council McNumb's alright.
Right, but the songs that
Probably a
there's like
0 or
pretty
a 1.
unanimous agreement that the songs that people talk about are not
Anthrax.
The Trial. It's definitely not The
What?
Trial.
You don't like The Trial?
Or Waiting for Friends. It's songs like Another Brick in the Wall, Comfortably Numb, and Hey You. That's like everyone is like, yeah, those are the songs of the album.
Who's everyone?
People who
Just
waste their
kidding.
time listening to this album.
For real, that is a huge waste of time. So final thoughts. Let's get it over with. I'm done. I hate this episode, dude. I'm so over this episode. Final thoughts, and then let's end this. I hate this album now.
Yo, can you at least remove +2 from track 1?
No, if anything, I'm gonna drop this to like a 0.
Bruh, what's wrong with you?
Whatever. My computer ain't working. Oh yeah, I can't edit for whatever fucking reason.
Okay.
Final thoughts.
Final
I
thoughts.
recommend it.
We learned something about how you recommend things. Well, I tried to explain to you how we recommend things.
Don't fucking. I'm just kidding.
It wasn't even an aggressive poke at all. But think of it like, because we've been struggling with this dude just recommending everything, because his idea is like, yeah, it's music, go listen to it. It's music, listen, music's good, go listen to it.
No,
But
it's more complicated than that, but I'm not going to go into it because when I watch myself go into it, when I'm watching our videos, I get pissed. I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? And I'm doing it right now, so you just go.
So I think of it like a stamp of approval. Like you are telling people, boom, I approve this as Aaron.
I approve
Listen
it.
to this. That makes sense for this album. But not for Movement. You don't stamp of approval that album. You're not recommending people stamp, listen.
Right, so that's my thing is I can only recommend based off what I like.
It's more like what you like mixed with what you think other people will like. It's like a mix.
Yeah,
of
but that's the problem is I don't know other people. Other people could be
You
anything.
only know me? Me and you, that's it?
No, like I can tell you
go.
right now that I would recommend this album to Maria. She listens to everything from country to dubstep. Or no, she doesn't listen to everything from country to dubstep. She likes country and dubstep. So she
I
has to
forgot
like
about
something
that.
in the middle. You know what I mean? So I would recommend this. I wouldn't recommend it to Richard. I probably
would
wouldn't
not?
recommend
Yeah,
it to
no.
Justin, but I would recommend it to all of your roommates.
Yeah, I made sure to say the types of roommates who leave their dishes in the sink would like this album.
And maybe a couple other types of roommates. Like every roommate. This is a good
Nah.
album. Stamp of
Here's
approval,
what
boom.
I'll say. I don't recommend it because I'm not giving it my stamp of approval. There are much better usages.
You recommended it in take 1.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Let me finish.
Fair, I'm being a dick.
I should pinch you. It's St. Patrick's Day. You don't have green on.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, that's why.
That was hella sexual harassment. Okay, whatever.
It's 55 minutes long. There are so many more 55 minutes or less albums that you could be listening to that are going to change, that are going to be way more engaging sonically, that are lyrically are going to capture you. It's going to evoke much more of an emotional response in you. It is not going to be from this pop-infused rock album. I would not recommend Kings of Leon either, even though I have a lot of childhood attachment to them. There's just a lot better music you can spend your time with.
I wasn't doing
stupid,
anything, bro. I swear.
So But I will say, you will probably like the album if you listen to it. If you're more of a casual music fan who's like, I like everything, you'll probably really like this album. If you're a bit more critical, like I tend to be,
Ding, 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 ding.
You'll probably be like, yeah, it was all right. There's some songs I liked on the album.
It was
That's
aight.
exactly how I feel. I liked it.
52. I guessed good. Take one. I guessed
score?
it pretty
Yeah,
good.
You did guess, and you said in the from 20 to 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't like, oh, this album sucks. But
We should rate beer.
It didn't impassion me enough to want to listen to it. It was so hard to listen to, not because it was bad, but it's just because it's like, there's nothing happening.
That's
here.
how I
What am
felt about
supposed to
Tame
do?
Impala.
But
Look
there's
at-
so many more
look at
sounds
my
happening
Tame
in
Impala score.
bro. There's so
Almost
much more
identical,
going
10 points
on in
more.
Tame Impala,
And I
bro.
recognize that. That's why I rated it 10 points higher than
But
this.
there's way more than 10 points more of stuff going on.
No, now you're making like a metric. Now you're like assigning
You
values
even agreed to take
proportionally.
one. Yeah, there's way more going on, but it's less interesting.
No, it's true.
But
I
there
think
is
that the
so
sounds
much
of
more
this
going
album are better, even though there's
on.
less going on. But Tame Impala has more going on, but the sounds aren't as good.
I don't know what. I said this in take one, and it still boggles my
You
mind.
know what kind of music I like. How would you think that I like Tame Impala a lot?
No. What boggles my mind, really what boggles my mind is that you like track one. But I don't know what's crazier, the fact you like track one or the fact you think Disciples from Tame Impala sounds like the rest of the album. Because that is both, that's sacrilege. That song is horrible.
You wanna know what I
And
think?
This song is horrible.
Probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyways, because that's, for some reason, people think they're entitled to do that. I have to piss. I have been drinking beer and I have to piss. So let's wrap this up.
All right. I feel like there was more that we had yet to say.
I don't care.
All right. Well,
Dude.
this has been a music review episode by the Music Sucks podcast. The name of this episode is Music Sucks, episode 13, the Black Keys Brothers.